one of our deputies being hit, which is the worst case scenario for our first responders, our dispatchers. They maintained their calm. They were able to get the resources in the right place. All of our federal and state partners that came and assisted. When I arrived on the scene after leaving the hospital to make sure that our deputy was in stable condition, we saw all of our federal and state and local partners there assisting. We were able to set up a perimeter, cordon off the area. We started removing residents of this community that were in harm's way, and we did our systematic approach of trying to make contact. For us, it's a loss in the sense that the subject is deceased. Again, we don't know how he was deceased, but it's a loss of a human life, and that for us is distressing. The upside for us is our deputy who was shot. It was a significant injury, but praise to God, he is healthy from that perspective, and he was able to go home. I want to speak to the heroism of first responders. Not one of our deputies, one of the local police officers, federal, state, hesitated in their response to come back to the scene and to lock it down and to make sure that the rest of the residents in this community is safe. I think that's important. I'll take questions if you have any.
Sheriff, can you tell us a little bit about your deputy?
Yeah, so he received a gunshot wound from a rifle that went through his vest, penetrated his chest, and came out on the other side. He's in stable condition now, and he was able to get treatment at the hospital and is able to go home to start his recovery, which will be a significant recovery. So I would ask people to send their prayers and support for him. But right now, in what could have been a worst case scenario, turned out as best you can hope for given the situation.
All right, thank you, Sheriff. So that's Sheriff who just spoke to us, and just to recap what he told us, he says that suspected gunman here that shot a deputy is dead. They say that it appears he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. It has been a long night for this law enforcement officers out here. You had state and federal here for more than 9 hours, but now this is coming to a close at this time. Dave, we know that residents are ready to get home, so many of them locked out away from their families. But again, over now, the sheriff telling us that suspect has died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.